Good evening for the new people, and welcome back for the new people. All right. Gotta wait a minute for the people to come in, but you know how that goes. Ooh. Share this real quick. All right. No, it takes a minute. Ooh. I gotta wait for my trolls. Hello, Jazzy. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hope all is well. All hands on deck. How you doing? How you doing? All right, here we go. All right, all right, all right. Okay. For all the people who voted for Trump, hello. Hi, Ashley. How you doing? Oh yeah, Ashley, I need to call you because I need to talk about this Choctaw stuff you was talking to me about. So, yes. All right. Yes, MAGA. Make America great again. Here we go. We deal with some good old trolls. I'm glad that you're welcome. We welcome all trolls. All trolls. We welcome them all. This is going to be interesting. This episode. Please like and subscribe if you are just getting here. It takes me about 5 minutes to get people in here. But I do want to reiterate that if you guys have not watched Land in the Sand, you definitely should. It reveals a shocking reality of the U.S. border crisis like never before. Mexican freight trains, cartel tunnels, and U.S.-funded children detention camps. So, no, city council meeting is Wednesday. It's going to be at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's a special one, because of the taxes. So, please get there if you want to sign up to speak. I would get there around 8 o'clock in the morning because they probably start checking people at 8:30. So that's how that goes. This is the property tax one. And so far, it's 31 aldermen that signed on for him to not increase it. So Michelle Harris was not one of the people. Pat Dow was not one of the people. Jason Irvin. Walter Burnett was not one. Let me tell you something. Walter Burnett is going to jail too. Walter Burnett was not one. Jason Irvin was not one. And then the Hispanic KKK. Brian Sicho Lopez, Rosanna Rodriguez Sanchez, and Carlos Rosa Ramirez. They also did not sign. But 31 of the aldermen did sign. Now, that's how that goes. David Moore is not one, but David Moore, you already know how David Moore is. So, that's just what it is. We have another troll coming in, asking about prison sentences. Pastel Princess. God bless. Open arms. How long was my first prison sentence? Not that long. How about that? Not as long as anybody has been voting Democrat. How about that? Okay? Some people have been voting Democrat for a very long time. But, yes, I don't even know who you are. Pastel Princess. Please like and subscribe if you just got here. I think after 4 or 5 times, if you ask the same question, probably gonna have to put you on timeout because clearly this is not what we're here for. Okay, now we can go somewhere else and talk, but not over here. Okay, we're gonna be starting soon. Now, I would like to talk about. Well, first of all, I would like to talk about what I was talking about earlier today. I just had one thing I would like to say that I forgot. That the black activists and minority-owned businesses were upset with Vice President Kamala Harris' campaign for spending money on mostly the white-owned vendors, leaving out black-owned businesses. Derek Johnson, who is the president of the NAACP, expressed frustration in August call with Harris's campaign alongside other prominent black leaders. Johnson questioned why minority-owned political firms historically to Democrat campaigns were not receiving their fair share of the campaign's record-breaking fundraising, nearly $1 billion. His quote, "If black voters are the base, it should be black vendors telling the story." So before I start, Derek Johnson, the NAACP is a criminal organization. Y'all do not care about black people at all, okay? You're just upset that y'all did not get y'all fair share to not do nothing, but put it in your pocket. You know how many times I have reached out to NAACP over time with situations that happen with me being discriminated, with the situation with Delta, the situation with me dealing with a same situation the same week with Jussie Smollett, but everybody ran to Jussie Smollett. Also, the situation with my mother's housing, and the whole overall issue with property being taken. NAACP does not care about real black issues. So you're just upset and mad because you did not get your money, okay? And you did not get your money because you are done. Nobody's messing with the NAACP. Matter of fact, please leave the NAACP back here, okay? NAACP does nothing for us. They haven't done anything for us since Medgar Evers, okay? That's the last time I think NAACP ever did anything for us. If y'all probably would have gave Rachel Dolezal a chance before her family outed her out being a white woman, we probably would have gotten a little bit more done, okay? Because she's actually for the people. She done went to jail and did the thing. But yes, all right. So I do not deal with the NAACP because the NAACP doesn't care about anybody but themselves. The NAACP has been whitewashed. They threw everybody else in there and everything like that. So yeah, nobody doesn't rock with the NAACP. And they just done. You know, the NAACP, the black church, all of that. That's mainly it. You know, they have not. We have not advanced in any type of way with the NAACP at all. At all. So they actually don't even lobby for us. They don't ask for legislation. They don't push for anything. They just collect money off of that name that has been that name for the longest. So F Derek Johnson and F the NAACP until they find somebody else to take it over, but they're not, because again, there's no organizations that are designed to help us get any type of justice when it comes to the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party makes money off of it. Okay? All right. Great. Okay. Now, going on to Shaun King. a lot of people know Shaun King because the whole Black Lives Matter situation. Also, Shaun King is definitely known for his. He was a writer for the Daily newspaper in New York, and he also. You may know him because of Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, and then just overwrite any ambulance chaser. He also was an ambulance chaser. Anything that was in the news, that's what he would run for, anything like that. Nothing when it comes to like regular people, civil rights being violated. You got to be killed any type of way because while we were mourning the deaths of these people and feeling sorry for their families and stuff like that, Shaun King and others from the Black Lives Matter movement was seeing it as a money grab. So, and they were saying that the more money they would get if the person was dead, right? And they were not going to receive any justice. You know, I call it the hashtag package, right? And the hashtag package is a say my name or say his name, say her name, Ben Crump as the attorney, get some money, you get some money and get some press, right? But no justice. You barely get no justice, and you get and no legislation. Okay, from Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, Sean Bell, the fact that we have yet to get any type of legislation and the Democratic Party gets majority of our votes, right then and there, this is one of the reasons why the Democratic Party is done, right? Because the Democratic Party does not want to get us a hate crime bill. It doesn't want us to get anything when it comes to the police, because majority of the time when it's these racial shootings, sometimes when it's these racial shootings, they actually will pay the people, right? They'll pay some people to continue to disrupt it or to make it racial, right? To keep making it racial and stuff like that, because that's what they do. Okay, that's what they do. They've been doing this for a very, very long time. One of the most notable cases, though, was Renisha McBride with Shaun King, right? And of course, no justice. You don't ever get no justice or whatever. But clearly, he was getting money. You know, people sending him money. You got Black Lives Matter that's throwing him some money too. Everybody just throwing him some money and all that stuff, because you got to keep this going. You got to keep this momentum going. You got to keep this trauma going. You know, all this stuff that goes from we gotta stop this. We gotta get some type of police reform. No police reform never happens. Nothing never happens because they don't want it to stop. They never want it to stop. This will probably be the first time in these 4 years. That's why you gotta be very, very careful, because you know they already started with that weird text message after Trump got in. But this might be the 4 years when nothing really happens, because people are on to what they're on, or what their thing is, what their motive was. I reached out to Shaun King plenty of times, right? You're an activist, you're for Black Lives Matter, you're out here for justice, you know, you're a cosplay, you're a white man that went to a HBCU school, you married a black woman and you got these mixed kids, but you cosplay as this black man, you know, got your hair cut like that with all this stuff, right? You had stopped dealing with Black Lives Matter stuff once Black Lives Matter got popped, right? Once Black Lives Matter was fucked, all that stuff happened, they didn't deal with you no more, stuff like that. You had to find some more money, right? So you went to the Palestine fight, right? Going to the Palestine fight, all you was doing was talking about Palestine. You had some good info about Palestine, but if anybody else reached out to you about anything else, you were done with Black Lives Matter, because Black Lives Matter, they ran out of money, okay? So they don't have nothing else. Now you are ready to give us all the information with Palestine, what's going on, all that stuff. and they Mark Zuckerberg and then banned you from Instagram. So then you make it over to X platform, and people were dogging you like crazy and all that stuff, because once you did all that, you decided that you wanted to be Muslim now, right? You wanted to go full-blown Muslim now because you are 100% in this, okay? Black Lives Matter to Palestine. Where the money? I'm going to keep following the money, because at the end of the day, I'm a grifter. I don't care about anything else but money. I'm an ambulance chaser, and that's all we know. We done made all this money off of the Black Lives Matter thing ever since Trayvon Martin, that I don't know anything else but to continue that route, right? No legislation, not going up to lobby to get us any legislation or anything like that, right? Just pure ambulance chaser, right? Then all of a sudden, my man disappears. And he disappears because the Palestine people start calling him out, right? Because you ain't for no causes. Y'all ain't for no causes. Y'all have learned how to milk the system when it comes to our bodies being killed, us being killed, our trauma. You know what I'm saying? You don't want us to get any type of justice while we're still alive. You don't want it to be any type of police reform or anything like that. So Shaun King is a person that could have used his white privilege, and really got the justice that he wanted to do if he really did care for us. But he never cared for us. Never cared for us at all. And it proves that every time I see him. But he's disappeared for a minute. They got him up out of here. Well, they should have gotten him out of here. They got him up out of here. They got Black Lives Matter up out of here. And I really want them to get Ben Crump up out of here. Okay, Ben Crump should be next. But Ben Crump triggers me, right? And he triggers me because on last Tuesday, he held a press conference that says, right, this is it. Nationally renowned civil rights and personal injury attorney Ben Crump and co-counsel Ray Hamlin will hold a Tuesday news conference discussing bombshell developments in the alleged assassination conspiracy of Malcolm X, including information from a key witness who is speaking out for the first time and has objective evidence to corroborate the information he will share. In February of this year, attorneys filed a notice of claim with intent to sue government agencies and the NYPD for the alleged assassination and fraudulent concealment of evidence surrounding Malcolm X's murder. Malcolm X was assassinated on February 21st, 1965, at the age of 39, while speaking at the ballroom. He was shot a total of 21 times by a group of men in front of his wife and daughters. The connection between his death and federal and New York government agencies, including the NYPD, FBI, and CIA, has been long contested. The governmental agencies had factual evidence that they fraudulently concealed from the family of Malcolm X and the men wrongly convicted of crimes surrounding the assassination of Malcolm X. Now, you're about to open up the Malcolm X case. That everybody know who killed Malcolm X. Everybody know who is responsible for killing Malcolm X. Okay? Let's talk about, when are you going to go get Assata, Ben Crump, since you out here want to be a hero? Assata Shakur has been waiting to get back over here, okay? She's still in Cuba since you want to be a hero, okay? You always want to go do the extra stuff, right? You want to go do the stuff. You don't never want to take care of real black business that's going on right now, okay? Let's talk about Kendrick Johnson that you just left, okay? You left Kendrick Johnson. That's something. You want to open up something? Let's open up Kendrick Johnson's case, okay? You know who Kendrick Johnson is? Kendrick Johnson was a 17-year-old student from Valdosta, Georgia, whose tragic and mysterious death on January 10, 2013 had garnered widespread attention and controversy. He was found dead in a rolled-up gym mat in his high school where he was a student. The initial investigation concluded that his death was accidental. However, his family and supporters have raised serious doubts about his explanation. Now, we know who killed Kendrick Johnson. Them two boys, okay, and the daddy knew about it. You came and got involved when it first happened, right? You came, you got involved when it first happened, and then you disappeared, right? Because you saw it was no money being happened. You didn't reach out to the attorney general at the time, because that's the problem. Y'all don't be reaching out to the federal attorney general. That's the whole purpose of the federal Department of Justice, right? Now you are Ben Crump, right? And you did not take this seriously. They're still waiting right now, okay? In 2021, right? In 2021, they had a recording. They had a recording, and they tried to send it to you, and you didn't want to hear the recording because you weren't interested in that case anymore, right? When in 2016, when they did an independent investigation, right, and had their son exhumed, all his organs was gone, and you ain't see nothing wrong with that. You ain't trying to see nothing wrong with that. You gave up that case. You gave up that case, okay? Did not care about that case at all. So how do you sit here and leave this case, right? Leave this case over here on the side, but you are ready to challenge the government and the CIA for Malcolm X assassination? Ladies and gentlemen, we have to leave Ben Crump. We have to leave him out of here. We have to. He can no longer be. We have to ignore him. Like he is detrimental to the black community. Detrimental to the black community. You are a well-known lawyer who does not give us justice at all, but at least use it. Just like you came down here when it came to those black male principals in Chicago, right? And when it came to them, you stood by them for what? 1 day, 2 days, and then we didn't hear about you no more. Oh, let me tell my hello, my trolls. I welcome that you're here. I'm glad that you're here. I understand that some of you may not be loved, so you're going to continue to do stuff like this. So more than welcome. Talk, do whatever you need, get whatever you need to get out. I understand. I welcome you out. These are my trolls. You can ignore them. You don't have to talk about them or anything like that. These are my trolls. I welcome them in here, and this is a free space for them. This is a safe place for them, and they can talk or whatever. After it gets a little bit too weird, though, I'm probably going to put them on timeout, but they're welcome to come back anytime. Okay? All right. Now, what's kind of weird about Kendrick Johnson case, it's not even crazy, it's weird. When there was a state prosecutor that was going to finally try the boys. It was Brian and Brendan Bell. That was the boys' names, and Rick Bell was the father, the FBI agent. He all of a sudden resigns, right? He resigns when it's about to when he's about to try them, because of course they threaten him or anything like that. Where was Ben Crump? Ben Crump not anywhere, right? No, Ben Crump not anywhere to be found because it ain't no money in it. He don't care about the justice part. He doesn't care about us getting any type of legislation. He is an ambulance chaser. And we have to leave people like this in the Democratic Party and here. We have to leave them in the Democratic Party away because they are detrimental to the black community. They are detrimental to our black boys. They are detrimental to our black girls. They are the ops. They are the real trolls. They're not right. They do not care or anything. This boy has no organs in his body. no organs in his body. This ain't no conspiracy theory. This is not a person that was lying. They exhumed this body, and this man had no organs in his body, and this man has yet to even try to help them, because he's not going to help them, okay? That, and they left my man, they left I think the family owes like $120,000 or something like that for another lawyer that they was trying to get. But no one cares about justice anymore. No one cares about public service anymore. Thurgood Marshall, I know he is turning in his grave. He's looking up at us like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all don't care. For y'all to not care about us getting any type of legislation or any type of justice when it comes to stuff like this is very concerning, and that's another reason why I don't mess with the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party ain't never going to give you no legislation. You know, some people say, well, they gave us the Civil Rights Act 1964. That was supposed to protect us. They gave us the Emmett Till lynching bill. That was supposed to protect us. Well, what protected Trayvon Martin? Okay, because Trayvon Martin wasn't doing anything but riding his bike and eating Skittles in Arizona iced tea, right? And that is when we first found out about Benjamin Coon Crump, right? Because at the time, Obama was the president of the United States, and Eric Holder was the Department of Justice. He was what is it called? Attorney General for the Department of Justice at that time. Black Attorney General Eric Holder, born and raised New York, Barbadian though. And then we have Obama, y'all black president that y'all love him to death. Okay, right? And when Zimmerman was acquitted, the Department of Justice said they were going to look into it. That's what I'm noticing too. Every time it's about to be like some type of election or something happens, all of a sudden they're about to look into any of our cases that have some type of injustice, right? But they don't never, but after the election happens, then they close it. They don't never find nothing. George Zimmerman first of all, he should be in jail for life for hate crime, okay? Also, he violated the 14th Amendment. This could have went straight to federal court if Eric Holder would have went and fought this case. This was a very easy case. This was a hate crime that George Zimmerman did, you know? But if they do something like that, right? If they do something like that, then that means that we get some type of justice, right? Then that would be too much like right? You know, Trayvon's civil rights were violated, and they were violated under the federal anti-discrimination law, right? And that is one of the Civil Rights Acts of 1964, the one that they love to give. Yeah. But they didn't use that. Eric Holder didn't use that. George Zimmerman should be in jail right now. He should be locked up. But that's the problem. We don't follow through on anything, right? We just think that, okay, well, they're going to look it up and then nothing happens. Nothing happens at all. But that's the Democratic Party, and y'all continue to vote that way. Okay? Now, let's get on to Kamala Harris. Now, while Kamala Harris is on her $1 billion campaign, and she's pushing to that she has to get in office and, you know, all this. People need to understand that Kamala Harris was a prosecutor. She also was an attorney general for California, right? And there was two people that were executed. It was Freddie Owens and Marcellus Williams, right? Now, she is the vice president. And so people say, well, the vice president can't do anything, or Biden can't do anything. But you know who could? You know who can? The Department of Justice, Merrick Garland and Kristen Clark, because clearly people's civil rights were violated, right? And they could have called on that, and these two people could have been, they could have not been executed. They could have really looked in to make sure that their civil rights weren't violated. So while she was on her Beyonce tour and campaigning and doing her concerts and stuff, she could have really made a difference and got the Department of Justice from one attorney general to the next attorney general. Hey, I need you to look into these cases real quick to see if anything was violated. That didn't happen. But you deal with, we had Merrick Garland was one of the worst attorney generals. Kristen Clark, one of the worst attorney generals. Y'all always talk about Trump, right, being convicted, right? He's a convicted felon. He's all this. Well, let's get into Kristen Clark. On July 4th, 2006, Kristen Clark attacked her husband, Reginald Avery, slicing his finger to the bone. Maryland police arrested Clark that night. A criminal case against Clark was initiated in the District Court of Maryland. On October 17th, 2006, a Maryland state attorney entered a request to effectively dismiss the charge without a trial. On January 2008, Clark obtained an order of expungement of police and court records for the arrest, thereby obscuring the incident from public record. On January 7, 2021, President-elect Joe Biden nominated Clark to serve as the head of the Department of Justice high-profile Civil Rights Division. Okay? Now, when she was sworn in April 21st, 2021, Senator Tom Cotton asked nominee Clark, since becoming a legal adult, have you ever been arrested or accused of committing a violent crime against any person? What did Clark say? No. Okay? So we want to talk about convicted felons, if we want to talk about people who lied, Kristen Clark is the federal attorney general for the Civil Rights Division right now. She's been there since 2021 and does not do anything for civil rights, okay? And also, she is known for being a fighter when it comes to housing, and she does not do anything as well, okay? So these are the reason why, these was one of the reasons why I voted for Trump. And I voted for Trump because the Department of Justice needs to be new people. And the Department of Justice is very, very important because if you have any type of issues from your local and state and they're not doing well, like our Attorney General is Kwame Raoul, you're supposed to go to the federal level. And the federal level happens to be Merrick Garland and Kristen Clark. And as you see, they don't do anything either, okay? The Department of Justice doesn't do anything, and they haven't done anything for a very long time. Even when it comes to them banks that did all that fraud and stuff when it comes to illegal foreclosures and stuff, they don't get any criminal charges. All they get are these crazy fines, and then they go back and do it again. And they only really do it when it comes to the Democrats taking the White House. They only try it when the Democrats take the White House. Always. Wells Fargo, I don't even know why black people even have an account at Wells Fargo. I don't even know why. Okay? National US Bank, the same. All they do is gang bang when it comes to messing with our housing if you in the name of illegal foreclosures. That's why my case is so different, because I don't have a mortgage. I don't have a reverse mortgage or anything like this. This was a paid off property. Same with Miss Jessica. Miss Jessica's was a paid off property, and they just took it. They just took it with that. Well, they knocked mine down. They're trying to take hers just to do it with and no consequence. And so you have no choice but to fight. So my fight is, okay, if y'all aren't going, if the Democratic Party in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois is not going to do their duty, if the Governor Pritzker is not going to do his duty, if Kwame Raoul is not going to do his duty, then what do? You flip America red, right? Because you need some new people in here. Because the Democratic Party does not care about housing. They don't care about properties. Okay, they make money off of people being out on the street and being homeless and stuff like that, so they can continue to beg the federal government to give them more money for homelessness. Please, we need more money. We're combating homelessness. How? So that is the problem. So there's no order, there's no structure, no one doesn't care, and no one's gonna care. No one's going to care at all until we take an action, okay? And the Democratic Party is never going to take action because they don't know where to start, because they don't follow no law. They don't follow no rule. They don't care. We've been so conditioned to vote that way that they just don't have, they have nothing to say. They have nothing to say. Look what they did. As soon as he won, the first thing they could think was, okay, somebody go send a text message saying that we're going to go pick cotton as soon as he gets in office. Go send it to a bunch of college students, HBCU preferred. That's the first thing they could think of. Next thing was, okay, now Democrats will love a paid protest. All right, now go get some go find some illegal immigrants and pay them $100 a day and have them walk up and down saying that they're scared about getting deported. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something. Mass deportations is happening. It's happening and it has to happen. Okay? But that's what they do. Instead of trying to fix a situation or apologize for playing black people for so long and playing the oppressed for so long, what do? You try to find something else. You know, y'all gonna still try to push the Project 2025. Y'all gonna continue to push the Project 2025. We living in Project Hell, baby. We was already living in Project Hell. Project 2025 ain't got nothing on Project Hell. And that's what it is. The best thing right now, Cory Booker, he is trending because he is scared that his job is on the line in New Jersey because they're going to flip New Jersey red for the state and local, okay? People are scared, okay? They never would have thought, they just knew that girl was going to get in office, but she didn't get in office. So now you got the state and local that don't know what to do. You know, here in Chicago, they have a TIF money problem, tax increment financing, okay? They like to steal that money. That money is for blighted properties, blighted areas, such as South Side and the West Side, black areas. So they've been stealing that money for a long time. Daley used to call that his piggy bank, okay? And now the disgraced aldermen are using it as their piggy bank, okay? You can't even talk to them because they stealing that money. You got Brian Sitcho Lopez that's trying to steal $1 billion of TIF money right in everybody's face, trying to push something in Pilsen that the whole Pilsen is saying no to, because that's free money. It's a money laundering tactic that they've been doing for a long time. Y'all really need to look up tax increment financing. That's a real big, that's a real thing, a real thing. And people do not understand that. So you need to look up TIF money is everywhere. You know, it's not just in Chicago, Illinois. It's gotten to the point that they've passed so much that you see it. I've been going down there for a year. So every time you go down there, that's all I see. Here they go, passing some more money, passing some more money. And that is the issue. Okay? The Democratic Party, in the name of affordable housing, because that's what they say, it's affordable housing, but it's not no affordable housing. It's not no affordable housing at all. The affordable housing never goes up. The affordable housing, you never see anything when it comes to affordable housing. They don't care. The Department of Justice is supposed to look into things like that. But the Department of Justice is not going to look into things like that when the Democratic Party has the House, because stealing our property is $1 trillion business. These are paid off property. These are land. They so used to doing this to us. They gave Lincoln Yards $1.5 billion. Yes. Lincoln Park, the richest community in Chicago. Yes. So they're not going to look into them stealing our properties. They're not going to look into your grandmother's property. There's so many people that have sold their grandmother's property and don't even realize what they did. So when you do explain this to them, to certain people like that, they don't get the fight. They'll say, well, like, why you just don't leave it alone? Do you see the prices of rent these days? Why would I sell a property that has been paid off and has been in somebody's family since 1965? That's why we don't have any generational wealth. Y'all don't even know about trusts. Y'all don't even know about estates. All y'all do is run around talk about life insurance policies. That's y'all problem. So you're out here talking to people who are brain dead but mad that you chose to vote another way. Not seeing the overall issue is they're stealing black people's property and redlining is still going on, and the Democratic Party is supposed we give them majority of our vote. They're not even protecting us in any type of way. Anything that happens to us, it doesn't matter. The Asians got an anti-hate crime bill. The Jews got the anti-Semitism bill. But we still out here voting blue because why? Why are we still voting blue? Because because it's a cult. So a lot of people don't even know why. Like I say, because my grandmama vote blue, or because they're going to take Social Security. That's a new one now. Oh, good luck, they're going to take Social Security. They're not going to take Social Security. Good luck, they're going to take Social Security. They're going to take this, they're going to take that. Stop depending on the government. How about that? Stop depending on the government. Start going down to your local and state government. Governor and your attorney general and your local council, and do something about it. Trump ain't putting Americans in cages. Arizona does, though. Anna, I am on. Says Social Security is something you earn, and like I said, there's plenty of older people, retired people, American citizens who has a decent pension, has a great pension, that they worked for that pension. They're not going to take that away. They're not going to take that away. You're right. Disabled people are facing homelessness. They don't even care about homelessness. They don't care about none of that. I have videos in my phone of all the black homeless men that are downtown, and they're usually right next to an immigrant family that has these kids and candy, right? They're right next to them. The kids got iPads, they got iPhones, they eating chicken, they got fresh kicks, and then you see the black homeless man that ain't got no shoes on, look crazy, and we can't find him no home. But you spending $700,000 on shelters. You know, there's 2 black homeless men, that come down to City Hall. They've been coming down there at least for a year, I know, with me, and they have yet to find them housing. One has a daughter and a wife, and they have yet to find them housing. Brian Sitcho Lopez every month argues about affordable housing and how we need affordable housing and these bigots and all this stuff. He needs closed caption because you don't understand half the stuff that he be saying. But he's screaming affordable housing, affordable housing. We need affordable housing. We need to get people. He's the chairman of housing and real estate, but he has yet to find them 2 black men a place to stay because it's big business. They don't want to help us. They're not going to help us. And then we have 20 black aldermen down there that's not going to help. You got 20. How do you have 20 black aldermen that represent the south side and the west side of Chicago, and the south side and the west side look the way it looked? And you continue, and you have to continue to vote for them? Hello, trolls. Welcome. Welcome, trolls. Glad to have you in here. Yes. Glad to have you in here. Glad to have you in here. Let them come. You know, sometimes, like I said, these people were never loved as children. Okay, these people probably were made fun of in school. They probably never had bread at home. They probably never had spoons growing up. So these are these type of people. So they can come in. We welcome these type of people. They probably eat with their fingers and hands, you know. So they probably don't even have, they probably just are on Wi-Fi. They probably haven't even paid their bill. So they're welcome to come in here. So that's, you know, sometimes, you know, everybody needs love. Especially, I'm a public servant. So hopefully I'm serving the public with letting them in here and letting them be trolls. Continue. Now, sometimes if you do the same thing, like you got like 3-4 times and said the same thing over and over, I'm going to have to put you in timeout because you're going through something manic, right? Man, you're starting to be manic. So I got to put you in timeout. But you're more than welcome to come back the next time, okay? So that's how that works. But we need to go down to City Hall. Tomorrow is a committee meeting, okay? That's for public safety. Wednesday is the city council meeting for the budget when it comes to, the special city council meeting when they speak about raising our property taxes, which he made a promise that he wasn't going to raise property taxes. But I don't think he thought anybody would listen to him because only 35% of people voted for him. So I hope this time, when it's time to get him out, I hope that y'all line up like how they said people lined up when they voted for Harold Washington, okay? I need y'all to be out. 90%, they said, of black people went out to vote for Harold Washington when he was running for mayor. I need 100% of y'all to come out to vote this man out of office, okay? Because he is delusional. All right. Any questions? Yes. Trolls, see, trolls, that's the reason. Okay, so trolls are also dangerous too, right? Because trolls are the ones who are like these trans men who are getting pregnant. Those are trolls. Okay, that want to be out here and show everybody that type of stuff. When you felt that you identify as a man, but you still want to be pregnant, that's stuff like that. That's troll behavior. Okay, a lot of stuff that the Democratic Party does is troll behavior. Okay, the racism that they still have is troll behavior. The fact that they thought that they were going to allow all these illegal immigrants come over here and put them in our neighborhoods and give them all the resources, that's troll behavior, okay? And that's why with troll behavior, what do? You vote Trump, okay? So now they're mad. The trolls are upset and mad because we voted Trump, but you guys gave us troll behavior by inflation, by ignoring our needs, and by bringing all these illegals over and thought that we were supposed to be okay with it and just ignore it and have dignity. But no one didn't have dignity with us, right? Nobody didn't care about our homeless. It's Veterans Day today. It shouldn't be one veteran outside. It shouldn't be one homeless veteran outside. A veteran shouldn't even be worried about where their next meal is, where their food, where their housing is, if they want to get a job. There's none of that, okay? But guess what? There's a lot of homeless veterans out here. A lot of homeless veterans out here. So, troll behavior. Troll behavior. Attacking the immigrants will only make it worse for you, fool. No one's attacking any immigrants, troll. No one's attacking any immigrant. Matter of fact, they're attacking us, okay? And we can't lock them up, okay? They're causing a lot of havoc. They're not coming over here because they want to seek asylum, okay? They're over here acting real. So, yes, I don't know what you're talking about.
Last time you saw your boyfriend?
I have no idea. I remember we spent oodles of time together. Pretty much.
They are literally doing the jobs we are too lazy to do. See, that's another thing that y'all got it messed up with, okay? Okay, nobody is too lazy to do any jobs, okay? The thing is, you're not going to pay people below minimum wage. That's number one. Number two is the people that do have the qualifications to do certain things, they are now requiring you to speak Spanish, and we are here in America. If I go to Mexico right now, if I want to go live in Venezuela right now, if I want to go live in Ecuador right now, any state, Paris, anywhere, right? I am obligated to learn their language. I would never go over to somebody else's country and act like, hey, I don't know how to speak English. No. Y'all coming over here, or not you, but they're coming over here, and they're getting the red carpet rolled out with all of the stuff, okay? Even with our kids in school. They don't have no translators, right? They don't have no translators, even though CPS got a lot of money. But they don't got no translators. They got to have the lunch lady come in and teach the kids certain things, right? And they're slowing our kids down because they don't speak English. And they should be required to speak English. Why do we have to speak Spanish? I don't think people understand that. That's another reason why it got to go. Trump got to get in office. Okay, this is definitely the land of opportunity. It is, and people should be very grateful when they come over here. Very grateful, and they're not. Okay, because again, the Democratic Party is infiltrated with too many immigrants that are trying to push a socialist agenda, and it ended. It ended November 2nd. Now they don't know what to do, okay? They don't know what to do. They know they're going to jail, a lot of them are going to jail. Man, like why, like people, and it's not rude and it's not being mean or anything like that. I would never go when I have visited Mexico. I did not, expect them to speak English. You understand? I knew what I was getting myself into if I was going to a resort or something like that. If I'm going to meet somebody at the airport, or the person taking me to the resort or anything like that. I know that if they don't speak English, I'm not going to be frustrated because I know I'm in Mexico. Over here, I got to be courteous to them, but they don't have to be courteous to me. And it's my tax dollar. I don't know what y'all are. Yeah, it don't work like that. And that's what happened. I think that everybody as a collective realized that. As a collective realized that the Latino vote recognized that too, right? Because they came over here for a better life. They understood what America is about. Okay, and they left their cousins in Mexico and in Venezuela and Ecuador for a reason. They didn't want to bring them over here. Now you done brought them over here, and now you embarrassing them and their families. So they also wanted to let you know that they are American first. Okay, this is America, and that is what the Democratic Party refused to see. I remember when Roland Martin said that immigrants pay more taxes than us. What are you talking about?
So we just have
we have to get some of these people out. Anybody that has any type of socialist agenda, they got to get out of office. Okay. Any of that socialism stuff, they got to get out of office. Okay, this is not the office for them. So that's first. And a lot of them do. Now, a lot of them going to try to switch up when he get in the office and stuff like that. They're going to act like, they're for everybody and stuff like that. But they're not. They're not. So they have to get out now. Yeah, Pritzker's definitely getting out. Pritzker doesn't even know what's going on.
My heart breaks.
Casinos, charisma, connect.
You keep paying PPP loans for socialism. That $400 billion that our government just gave of our tax dollar money, have they paid that back? They're not going to pay it back. That's why they're in debt right now. We in so much debt, but we're really not in debt because America will never be in debt. They always be talking about we're in $1 trillion debt, we're in this debt. If we was in debt, they wouldn't be paying all that money to Ukraine and Israel. That all of a sudden it's magically going to stop because now Trump is in office. Now everybody wants to welcome him and thank you and glad that he's the new president and all that stuff. It was like there's something that's going around now, viral. It's going viral about a young boy, 16 years old, and him and a girl in a classroom, and girls talking about irate. They trying to take abortions. They trying to take abortions. And he's like, I'd rather have no wars. And she still went off. The boy says, I'd rather have no wars. And she still went off. That is this is what I'm talking about. We're not in debt. Only blacks and browns will be rounded up. That's another thing. Like, y'all just be believing anything. I'm born and raised in the United States of America. I'm not going anywhere. And so is anybody else that was born and raised in the United States of America. So I don't know what else y'all think. That's what I'm saying. Y'all so into the fear mongering thing and think the Project 2025 is going to happen and stuff like that y'all slow to read anything else. How are you going to deport a United States citizen? First of all, especially me, we built this country. That's number one. But number two is, no, that was just another trying to scare people. Ain't nobody going nowhere that's not a citizen, an American citizen. So do what y'all been doing. You know how many people that have been over here for 20 and 30 years that have yet to get their citizenship? A lot of them came down to City Hall when it first happened. Like, they've been trying to get their citizenship and have yet to get their citizenship. I remember this Lyft driver told me that when it first happened, right, when we first started coming over here and people didn't know if it was the Venezuelans, the Mexicans, because we didn't know. And I remember him saying that he told his cousin that's been over here for 10 years, he might as well go back to Mexico and jump over the fence so he can get his citizenship because he's down in the line. He been waiting for 10 years for his citizenship. Another person needed health care, right? He had a surgery that he had to take care of. He came back and gave him free health care, and he was able to do his surgery with no problem. But you got people right now here in the United States of America that can't get the money to get their surgery. Like, none of it, yeah, we had no choice but to flip it red. And we're going to continue to flip it red. We're going to continue to flip it red because the Democratic Party is done. More important thing is to be white. You got one more thing to say, Commander Ken, because you're starting to scare me. You're starting to scare me with what you got going on over there. Okay.
Mama moved to Tucson in her 20s from a small town in the Appalachian Mountains.
I'm not gonna let anybody mess with my rights and my life. I know. Like I said, it should be a mandatory, and even for illegal immigrants that come over here that's seeking asylum, or come over here the right way. They need to learn that U.S. Constitution. The U.S. Constitution needs to be learned right now because that's the problem right now, too. You arguing with people who have no idea what the U.S. Constitution is. So they are going off of their emotions and not understanding that the U.S. Constitution is the law of the land. And that is the problem. That is the biggest disconnect when it comes to your friends and y'all aren't talking, your family and them not talking, because the Democratic Party don't even push the U.S. Constitution. They don't even push the Constitution because they don't want you to know the Constitution.
Town car he borrowed from a friend.
When illegals come here, they get the support. Yes, Adrian, or the Bill of Rights. Yes, or the Bill of Rights. You're absolutely right. Good. I'm glad you voted 3 times. And he won all 3 times.
And my cousin Heather kept paging.
It makes it hard for blacks to get the jobs. Well, I promise you this time, we're going to be okay. But yes, Bill of Rights is key, Michelle. You're absolutely right.
Slaves that were outlawed and killed, and that they knew this because they were watching it on TV. And it was his car.
Yeah, because she had no choice, because she was losing bad. And she probably gonna need that Constitution if they find out if she embezzled some money, her and her husband. So she probably was pushing the Constitution. Just know that I do know about it. Yeah, you should, Attorney General and Vice President that we never saw. We don't ever sit back down. Yeah, it's never. We're never going back now. You remember what she was saying? We're not going back. You're right. We're not going back to the Democratic Party. You're absolutely right, Kamala. We are not going back to the Democratic Party. Thank you for that. You're right. Hashtag we're not going back. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We are not going back to the Democratic Party. Okay. You're not going back to the Democratic Party. We are not going back to the Democratic Party. We are not going back to the Democratic Party. You're right. You're absolutely right. We also have learned that celebrities don't mean anything. And when we want to see them, we will pay for concert tickets to see them.
What he saw might have rattled a few.
George was going to help the black community, but we turned on him with our votes. George who?
We found that, I think, the next day in the swimming pool of the country club.
How far away?
Yes, the Amish community turned up. The Amish community, that's when you knew what time it was. Okay, y'all start bothering the Amish people land and they farm. Okay? And they said, the hell with that. The hell with that. They got their buggies. They went on Amazon and got their Trump signs. And they said, you got the right one. You got the right. We don't bother nobody. We make all our breakfast from scratch. We don't bother anybody. Y'all woke up the Amish. That's when you knew that it was time, like, that Trump won. Enough was enough. Everybody started coming out. Amish was so mad. I'll tell you, Amish was so mad. Do you know them buggies is hard to push and pull? They was pushing and pulling them buggies while holding the Trump signs. Okay? That's how pissed off they were. Okay? You know how you multitask? You're pushing a buggy. You got a horse on there, and you're grabbing the signs, and you're holding the signs. It was amazing. It was historic. As a matter of fact, I need to get that picture and frame and put it up, because that right there was great. It was great. I loved it. Everybody came together. Amish make some of the best breakfast. I'm from Albany, New York, so I know. Amish make some of the best breakfast at all. You really, really pissed them off. You really, really pissed them off. Hello, Rosa. Hello, troll. How you doing? The Amish was pissed off. Like, you know, the Amish stay in their own lane. The Amish don't bother nobody. All right, Rosa, you have a good one. Need a hug. Even though I love Pimp C though. I love Pimp C. Y'all gotta come up with some better stuff now. We all need to repair the two focus on repairing the yes. Parents need to focus on making sure their kids learn basic math. Yes. Yes. Because they don't even know how to tie their shoe. Okay? Another troll. Yes, united was not divided. That was common. Like I said, this was the election of common sense. A lot of younger people went out and vote. They exercised their right to vote. That was good because, you know, they always say, well, the kids don't vote. You know, Gen Z's not going to vote. Gen Z came out. Now, some Gen Z that be lost, but a lot of Gen Z came out. And the crazy thing that I love about the Gen Z is you had the blacks that love Trump, the young kids that love Trump, because he gave them stimmies. He gave me them stimmies, right? So they was voting, even though Congress gave them stimmies, and we out there, we had more money when Trump was in, So you had them, and then you had the ones who are, that see that Kamala Harris and Biden are not, they don't care about a ceasefire, right? And they know that Jill Stein wasn't going to win, so they're going to have to take their chances with Trump. Okay, so they stood in their line because they had to sit and they had to have a real conversation. Like, you know, when Trump was in office, we didn't have any wars, So yeah, I understand what they're saying online, you know, that he's a racist and stuff like that. But when I looked him up, I really didn't see much. I really didn't see what they were talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to vote for him. But I'm going to make sure. So that's what happened. And that was, so I'm proud of Gen Z because a lot of people thought that Gen Z was not going to show up for the election. So many, they're not going to vote. They're not going to vote. Gen Z showed up. They showed up and they showed out. They had their music. They had a playlist. I saw some people had a Trump playlist while they were waiting in line to vote. Some people, like they really wanted to exercise their right to let them know this was too much. It was too much for everybody. They was like, They talking about their pressure. This is they are in their 20s. They shouldn't be going through this. They shouldn't be this serious. You know, that now they got to take action. Now they got to make sure what's going on because they want to have kids. They thought that the college life, you go to college and you get married and you do what you think. This is not what they signed up for. Yeah. Okay. They got protesting everywhere. It got chaotic in our faces. We all looking at it. So no matter what mainstream media is telling us, we're all watching it. We see all of this right now. Yes, Gen Z are not to be underestimated. I was very proud of Gen Z.
Holes on the bottom of the soul.
Right, Bryson. Everybody loved Trump until he ran as a Republican because he was a Democrat. He gave money to Kamala Harris. He gave money to a lot of other people. Then he probably realized too how messed up the Democratic Party was. You know, that's and that's something people probably should ask him. Like, when did you discover that the Democratic Party was some trash? What made you run as a Republican?
With high explosives, and that he had access to them, and that he had a foul temper, and that he had a lot of.
They loved him enough to let his what stuff did he let slide? Cause y'all don't even know. Y'all just be saying that to say that. Y'all just repeat stuff. Yes, Jesse Jackson. If it wasn't Trump was the one who told him to go to Wall Street to go get money.
It would be years before investigators realized.
Both parties, they are trash. America, we're going to make America great again. Bobby Blue. Sorry, Paul. Wait, my fault. My apology. As though Biden or Harris has clean hands. No, they don't have clean hands. Them hands been dirty for a long time, especially Biden's. Biden's hands are very, very, very dirty.
So then Gary might have been worth more dead than alive.
No human is perfect. But the Democratic Party is the worst. It's full of spirits, the worst spirits on earth.
Coming up.
You gotta send to my email, leighzoe23@gmail.com. It's in my description too.
Dateline continues.
The House Ninja narrative. There's no House Ninja over here. The House Ninjas was over there on the Democratic Party. They still over there right now trying to figure out what to do. What's next? Those are the House Ninjas. Yes, people who were able to truly think for themselves voted for Trump. And it's one of the things that is like bittersweet, because a lot of people are not talking to their friends, are not talking to their parents because of who they chose to vote for. That's crazy. They never now out of all those people, Oprah, all of them, Anzarai, Charlemagne, all of them. That video when Trump says that African Americans built this nation, not one of them played that video. Not one of them played that video. But they went with the racism rhetoric that was going on, but not one of them people played that video. And they suppress it if you play it online. Like if you play it yourself, you get very low views because they want to keep this Trump is a racist narrative. Yes, and it's on my TikTok. Mr. Steal Your Wig 1, the same thing is here. So yeah, it's on there. Oh yeah, people are getting kicked out for the vaccine too. You know, I wouldn't get kicked out for nothing. At the end of the day, I don't have to talk to nobody. Okay, I know how to disconnect like this. I can disconnect so quick. It's such a beautiful thing when you can disconnect, because you know why it's so good that you can disconnect? Because you know you didn't do anything wrong. So when you disconnect, you know you good. Anytime I can disconnect from something, I know I didn't do nothing wrong. I don't care if I lost all my friends. That was my choice to make that vote. They're not my real friends. They're not my real friends at all. Why would I vote for somebody who is for what? She don't have nothing for what? To say she's the first black woman president when she wasn't?
Jerry had 4 children with her. After that marriage ended,
Chicago's dying because of property taxes, okay? Starting with when COVID happened. You know, one of my favorite restaurants in the West Loop, when that closed, Maud's, I knew that it was a problem. And then last year we lost Grand Lux, and they told me also because of property taxes. We're losing. And you know Chicago's known for food. That's what we're known for. Summertime Shy and our food, our culture. So we are losing our culture. But we have a man from Elgin, Illinois, that's running it right now. Well, we saw that Biden didn't do anything for us. But I also had Trump before, and I was fine. And a lot of other people was fine. Joe Barrios, oh, okay. Gotta look that up. Thank you. I will look that up. Yes, I see Brandon Johnson tomorrow. I cannot wait. Biden tried to help students. What students? What students did Biden help? Those student loans that's about to be irreversed. Y'all gonna hate him. Y'all gonna blame Trump, but it's really his fault because he didn't go through it right. Yeah. Who is another person named George? Okay. He did that for the last vote. Yeah, and guess whose idea was that? Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren. But he came in there and didn't do it correctly because he was supposed to go through Congress.
She married Gary for his money, and then she wrote.
Kamala took all our tax dollars and gave it to people here as well. I mean, not even her. It was. I mean, we say Kamala, but it really was Biden. You know, she was part of it. She was supposed to oversee the border, but Joe Biden really is the one who left America in shambles, and he wanted to leave America in shambles. Biden is the Trump is. Biden is the racist. And it's a crazy thing that irritates me. What irritates me about the whole situation, because it's like, how can you, just because you vote Democrat and you believe that Democrat, they have better, I don't even know why y'all vote Democrat, but you vote Democrat and you think that because you're voting Democrat, because again, they keep saying that the Republicans are racist and you have to be anti-Republican if you're black. But how do you ignore all of the racist stuff that Biden has done? How? And Trump, what, isn't racist? No, he's not. How about that? How about I keep saying that? No, he's not. He's not. Y'all haven't shown me anything that he said that's racist. Angela. Y'all just love to say that. Y'all love to say that, and then y'all say Project 2025. Project 2025. Trump is a racist. How do I ignore Trump? What, Angela, write down all the racist stuff he said right now. I challenge you. Write it down right now. We waiting. We're waiting. Let's go. I'm waiting for you. Let's go. Please don't bring up Central Park 5. Okay, ready, Angela. Let's go. Write it down, baby. I'm waiting. Project 2025. Is that what you're gonna say? Central Park 5. New York City housing. Okay. So that was when they were trying to put Section 8 in his condos, in his luxury condos that he had, and nobody wasn't doing that. Anybody in their right mind is not going to put Section 8 in their luxury condos on Park Place. Anything next? Next, that doesn't count. Where is mine? I don't believe that he's racist. I just told you that. Yes. You said, where's mine? Oh, because he said black jobs? Yeah, they are taking black jobs. Anything else? He didn't lie. That wasn't racist that he said that. They are taking black jobs. And then he put black and brown, but he just wants black. He added the brown for y'all, since they always push the black and brown. But yeah, they're taking black jobs. I just sat here and told you that you could be qualified with everything. You can have all the degrees and everything, but you can't get a job because you don't speak Spanish in America. Black jobs. Y'all don't have anything else. Black jobs. Y'all don't have anything else. Anything else.
He said, Because of a white.
Yes, they're taking American jobs, but they're taking black jobs too, though. They're taking our and they were pushed in our neighborhoods. Like they literally, that's why Chicago pushed back. Like they literally was displacing us, still trying to displace us. Obama Center alone, yeah, we pushed back. I don't care what y'all can talk about American thing all you want. Yes, America is American thing, but they definitely was trying black people. It definitely was going in with black people. They were coming for us. Trump before 2015, everyone loved him. Yeah, right. Let them stay on the Democratic plantation. They never gonna get off the Democratic plantation. When the Democratic plantation dismantles, right? When it goes bankrupt, because that's what's gonna happen. It's already going bankrupt. But when the Democratic Party goes bankrupt and everybody dies out in the next 2-3 years, then they'll realize that they have to move on. So it's either Republican or independent. Who displaces a homeowner? The Chicago Democrats. They will come in there and take your whole house, your whole apartment. That's what they're doing now, Angela. The city of Chicago and Cook County been stealing black people property for a long time. So, them, with the help of white developers. Yes, you're white, but you still have white privilege. It's an uncomfortable truth. You can sit here and play that. I'm white, you're black, we're American stuff. Y'all can play that all y'all want, but they was coming in our neighborhoods, and you already know that. So y'all can play all that weird stuff if you want. Yes, we are, at the end of the day, we are American, but black people have been getting the short end of the stick. And that right there, honestly, y'all really need to tread lightly with that. Because that right there, that's what makes people do that third option. And that third option is independent. So go ahead with that. And ain't no, y'all better read up on slavery. Y'all better read up on freedmen. Y'all better read up on the Reconstruction era. Y'all better read up on 1919 race riots. Y'all better read up on the Civil Rights Act. Y'all better read up on all this stuff. That had nothing to do with white America. That was all black. Okay, black, and we were enslaved. So y'all really need to get that together. Okay, now the Republican Party, they definitely signed up Emancipation Proclamation. Thank you, Lincoln. They also was going to give us our Reconstruction era. Thank you. Okay, and Andrew Johnson, Democrats messed it up and put us back in Jim Crow. But Jim Crow was for us. That's what it was. It wasn't I'm black, you're white, it's American. Nah, it wasn't that. We went right back to slavery. Okay, get freed from the Republican Party, and they put us right back in Jim Crow. Read up on your stuff, fam. Here you go. It's always this. We always got the short. The native, the Hispanic, the Asians. I know you ain't talking about the Asians. The Asians, all this beef and broccoli they don't do nothing for the black community. You know how much money they make? Y'all better, hey, here y'all go. This is where people start blacking. Go. Internet is free, so research for I'm incorrect. Okay. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, I was about to say, damn. Stop crying. It's always a white troll that's gonna say stop crying. You better read Project 2025. I'm not reading anything because guess what? It's not real. And the Japanese got their reparations too.
Police. Did she want to protect Ron? Or was she afraid of him? Crowley didn't know what to make of it all. And then, about a month after Ron was back.
See, stuff like that. Let's see, we will. I gotta get rid of this one. Because, see, that's what I'm not going to play. I don't play them games. Now, let me tell you something. I'm pro-black at the end of the day. So anytime it start getting real weird on here with some of these white comments, I don't care Trump or MAGA or whatever. I'm pro-black first.
Notes with the names and types of cars driven by some of Gary Triano's business associates, family, and friends, including
When he takes our health care, girl, what health care do we have now, Amy Carpenter? And Social Security, they're never going to take. I just want to say, some of y'all just like to hear yourself. Y'all just the fact that you typing that, the fact that you're typing that is crazy.
About his choice of hotels, it was geographically almost halfway between.
Big deal. What pro-black? The new I Can't Breathe. Another one. See, that's another troll, another white troll that hates herself. Never, yeah, you know, probably sleeps with her cousin at nighttime, you know, something like that. It's just weirdo. You know, it's always one.
Obama.
Yeah, that's the problem. They don't listen to common sense.
Either knew how to or was involved in building a remote control bomb? No. And he's got
As I'm saying, this is an open space for the trolls, the racist trolls. I welcome all of it. The racist trolls that come in here, they can't show their face the way that they would like to show their face because they know if they see me in person, they would never say the stuff that they're saying right now. You know, the pronoun fighters that come in here, you know, the ones who are secretly on the DL, all of those things. You wish you would never. But guess what? You have a good, gotta put you in a timeout. Y'all think that Obamacare was something. Obamacare didn't care about y'all. Obama didn't care about you or Obamacare. He never cared. He didn't care at all.
when Dateline continues.
Weight loss.
For so long,
I'm going to go to grandma's to eat her vintage jam with the afro on it. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all can't even race this right. What does that even mean? That's like, what was that?
how much weight I lose? Up to 48 pounds.
I'm glad that you have Obamacare, Walter. I'm glad that you have Obamacare.
Don't take it if you're allergic, you or your family has medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome.
Where everybody from? How about that? How many people from Chicago? The person who just said that they're going to go to their grandma's house and eat the jam with the afro in it, where are you from? So I don't never go to that town.
Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Tell your doctor if you have any mental
Houston. Okay, Houston. Did you go see Beyonce? Okay, Chicago, Alabama.
Hundreds of new arrivals.
Chicago, San Francisco. Ooh, San Francisco. That's what they're trying to make everybody. They're trying to make every city look like San Francisco, man.
And the best part,
Massachusetts, Texas, Phoenix.
for $10.
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, Anthony, I hope that you voted for Trump. I hope everybody in here voted for Trump. That's where we can start. Damn, Houston look like San Francisco. There's a lot of homeless down in. There's a lot of homeless in Houston. That's scary and weird.
But according to local NBC reporter Lupita Marie,
Dang. Whoa.
Within 24 hours after
I heard Phoenix is getting crazy. Yeah, like, I don't know what. Yeah, it's no long. I know here. I don't know. A lot of people need to look up their budget. We don't look up our budgets, but y'all need to look up y'all state budget and y'all city budgets to see how much do they spend on law enforcement? Because law enforcement is not getting as much money as they need to. That's why the line issue.
9 days after the murder.
Thank you, Adrian in Miami. I wasn't going to go to Miami because I do not like DeSantis as the governor, but I did want to go to Miami for Art Basel that's coming up. No, I mean, she did take the budget, but yay, Kayla. Thank you. But yeah, everybody should look up their budget, the state. But like right now, that's what we're going through in the city of Chicago. We're in $1 billion in deficit, and our mayor, who is idiotic, is trying and ran on a promise that he was not going to raise property taxes, is now raising property taxes, and he ran on that promise. So now 31 of our city council members, but we call them aldermen here, have signed a letter basically saying that they're not going to push this budget through if he does not take the $300 million property tax out of the budget, because they know we coming for the seats, like Miss Jessica said. You know, what we did on the presidential side, on the federal side, showed them that Chicago not playing, Cook County's not playing. We showed up to the polls, and we will show up to the polls this time. Yes, it's not even as the Mohawk is just terrible. The fact that he let somebody continuously put that Mohawk in his head that's why he gotta get out of office. He don't even care. Yes, and CTU, that lady, Stacey Davis Gates, she's detrimental, okay, to the CTU. That's a criminal organization. That's gang. A lot of these people need to get out of office. Love Trump, voted for Trump every time, and he won every time, Donnie. He won every time.
In my opinion, she
Y'all still talking about that Project 2025. Did y'all look up the New Americans plan that was going on? It was happening right in 2021. It was just happening. How they just let all these illegals come in. We were going through the whole New Americans plan. Thank you. Appreciate this. We were going through the whole New Americans plan. Y'all worrying about Project 2025. Project 2025 is 900 pages. I know y'all didn't even read one page. But New Americans plan is only 45 pages, and you could go read up on that. But we stopped it, okay? We stopped it because it was going to get worse. Okay, now everybody's quiet. Nobody don't know what to do. It's scary out here. I'm doing good, Sadiq. All right, I'm gonna take you up on that. I better know how to cook too now. Sis, I read it. I'm scared for black people. Don't be scared for me. We're gonna be fine. All American citizens, we're going to be fine. Not yet. Yeah. Y'all gotta stop being scared. Like, what are y'all scared of? Okay. Notes noted for you. What are you scared of? Please. Yes. And I'm ready for them. If Trump kick illegals, who will do the farm fields? The people who own the farms.
It was a company my father purchased for her when they were married, so I felt like, oh, this is great. So
Better be worried about what we didn't tell you. Trump is off the cuff. No, you're off the cuff.
But she never once had a discussion.
Yeah.
And unsolved murder.
we didn't talk about it. Really.
I'm scared of getting found. Well, then you might as well just go over to where you from. You should head over there right now. Matter of fact, you should walk into ICE and let them know, hey, I'm ready to go back right now. No farmer has ever worked the farm. Oh my God.
And had something to do with her uncle's murder.
In my mind, the only person that had anything to gain from him dying was Pam.
Right, turn yourself in, free ride home. Just like, remember, you know, another, you remember when they was telling the migrants to go to the airports and they was flying them anywhere for free? For free on our tax dollars? Yo, they was playing us. Playing us. You need to grow up. This is about all Americans, not just black Americans. I have never had a hand up. I am white. Yeah, you don't need to have a hand out because you are white, Chris.
You know, there's part of me thought, that
They've been playing us for a long time. Why would you ever let them? I mean, they was flying them Delta, American Airlines, anywhere they wanted to go. But we still paying $600-700 to get on the plane. It was just, I mean, they was just playing in our face. Like, we had no choice. No choice.
When Dateline continues.
Yeah, I'm for all Americans too. But I definitely can be pro-black. Just like a majority of them are pro-white. A lot of them are pro-Hispanic, pro-Asian. That's the problem. There's not nothing wrong with that. Sitting around waiting on crumbs to fall from the White House table. We can go make a table of our own. Oh yeah, the table's already been made. Yeah, it's been made. And we have a lot of allies that are there for us. I hope y'all buying some stocks now. They say cryptocurrency going crazy. They saying all the stocks are going crazy right now. So I hope you are buying stocks right now. You should be buying stocks immediately, like right now. Right. All right, Rick. I'm glad that you're not gay. I'm very happy. You wrote it in caps for us too. Rick Bivens is not gay, y'all. He's not gay. Bitcoin, 83,000. Anyone not buying stocks is doing it wrong. You right. I don't want to hear about the U.S. dollar is no longer too. Let me tell you something. Cash is king. Cash is king. I do not want to hear that either. Y'all start talking that crazy stuff about that the dollar don't mean nothing and all that stuff. If that's the truth, then send all your dollars to me. Send all your dollars to me. Send all your dollars to me. If you feel like the dollar is no longer in use or is going down, send the dollars to me. Send all the dollars to me. Please send them all. Send all the dollars to me. I need them all. Yes.
Police had investigated his business partners and then his ex-wife.
And ain't nobody turning down cash. Even the cashless places. The places who say they're cashless, if you say I gotta go out and got cash, they still will take it. Because you know why? You don't gotta pay no taxes on there. Oh, spoken like a true blackie. Oh, y'all got to get better with these racist terms, man. True blackie is wild. That's insane.
Oh, and that works.
Took about 19 hours.
After 9 years on the land.
True blackie was crazy. Fuck. Oh my God, True blackie was that's the first time I've been called blackie now. Blackie that's a new one.
Ron Young was now in the hands of authorities.
You wanna make your phone?
Was there when Ron was arrested on the old fraud charges and illegal possession of an ATM.
A fool with his money shall power. But yeah, cash is king. Like, I don't know, a lot of people always say that, like, our dollar is going down. We know that nobody respect the dollar. And they respect the dollar in the hood. Okay, the dollar, I'll take the dollars. I'll take all the dollars. I'm a black man and you've been a little on the racist side. Well, Pip Martin, you can leave. Because I was just called Blackie. This is what we're talking about. You didn't see nothing with that man called me Blackie, but you are a black man and you've been, and I've been and I've been racist and I've been racist. Like, get out of here, pimp. Your last name is, your name is Pimp come on now, it's Pimp. Grocery store takes dollars, absolutely. So Bitcoin was 60,000 now up to 80, on its way to 90. Yeah, people should be happy about. While women are going crazy right now over abortions, they should be putting all their money into Bitcoin. I think some people say things and don't intend to be racist, and then there's some people that intentionally are racist to be racist. But racism is still here. And at the end of the day, I feel like people act like you can't. I come from a small town, but I grew up around white people. So what I can take certain things, or I understand certain things that other people don't understand. So they think that I'm either a coon or I'm fake or any of that. And it's like, nah, certain things I'm not going to tolerate. And there's certain things that I know that they honestly don't mean it.
Looked at Ron's computer and found a detailed schedule of payments from Pam. Payments that were made carefully.
Yeah, pro-black, there's nothing wrong with being pro-black. That's just saying I'm pro myself. Like, I'm pro-me. You know, that's one of the things that if Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and Maxine Waters and Obama and all them, like, if they would have really did what they were supposed to do, because they were in the positions to do it, John Lewis, a lot of them, they didn't take us to a higher level. You think he would deport millennia? No. Millennia fine. No. Millennia look good though. They look much happier this time. They wasn't holding hands last time. I don't think she was prepared last time. You know, she didn't think she had to do like first lady duties. This time, I think she's gonna be all right. Thank you. Please continue to subscribe too. I appreciate that. Big victim mentality coming from this town. Raging assassin, you can leave. You can get up out of here. You don't have to be here. I like Elon and I like Putin. People hate Elon Musk. I don't have a problem with Elon Musk. I have no problem with Putin.
Police have discovered a large number of financial files and secret recordings in Ron Young's apartment, which Detective James Gander believed outlined the details of a murder-for-hire plot to kill Jerry Triano. When you're listening to
well, racism, the problem, who was this? Jay Fields. The issue is Black Americans. We come from slavery, and then from slavery we get called freedmen, and from freedmen we're called the Negro or the colored. But we never ever was able to get our economic resources, and the reason why we haven't received our economic resources is because of racism, but also because of black people that are house Negroes, and it continues to happen, continues to happen, like what we're dealing with now with Democratic Party, never puts us in a position. So, for instance, SBA loans, right? We should have our own department for SBA loans. There should be certain things that we should be able to get because we have yet to get our economic resources, and we don't have anybody that rides for us, that don't do the things that they're supposed to do to make sure we get them. Like the NAACP is supposed to do stuff like that. The Urban League should be doing stuff like that. We have people that Maxine Waters, you know, like the whole reparation, the HR 40 that went in there in 1980, that should have been taken care of. So it's always, they say little things or do little things and then we never get anything. So that's why we don't have any corporations. That's why we don't have any organizations. We should have been had a Procter & Gamble. We should have had our own Target, our own Walmart. But we do not have those things because we have people that block it. Affirmative action is already out. You talking about affirmative action is going out the window? Girl, they took affirmative action with Kamala and Biden in office. Girl, that was been gone. Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, girl, American affirmative action. That's when I really knew that it was over for the Democratic Party. How do you take everything that was given to us, that was supposed to be given to us? You let the Indians come, you let the Asians take over, you let everybody take over, and nobody never protected us. And this is the only government. The government is only what we have to protect us. We don't have an embassy, we don't have anybody to go through, we don't have any organizations, and we don't have any leaders that protect us or fight for us, or we don't have any lobbyists. Like, they've lumped us in black and brown, people of color, marginalized communities, and that's been the issue. So you hear people that get angry or get mad and be like, F the system, or the system's not designed for us, and stuff like that. And yeah, they're right. They're absolutely right. But we have to demand those things, just like how we divided the vote. We just divided the vote because we have to start demanding things. But we also cannot be battling and going back and forth. You know, everybody else, we're going to blame the white man. We're going to blame the white man. We're going to blame the white man. Nah, we got to blame our black people that are in these positions that don't do nothing either but collect this check and keep selling us out.
Young was out of prison after serving 10 months on the gun possession charges. Was rearrested.
It's always somebody. Stop being victims. All righty. We have too many black billionaires to say we don't have hospitals. Right. Exactly. We do need a smaller government. That's a lot of people are mad with when it comes to Trump abolishing Department of Education, but I think that's perfect. But yeah, we do need a smaller government. How much did Mayor pay the illegals? A lot. Or how much is he paying? How much is he paying to keep them here? That's the real question. How much is he paying to keep them here?
I believe was an innocent trip to Switzerland to visit her daughter.
All right, Scott. That's that manic stuff. We'll see you later. Think of education with localized. You get to choose where to send your child. Yeah. What needs to happen is an audit. The IRS Criminal Division and the Department of Justice and the FBI needs to come in and they need to audit certain departments. I'm going to talk about this maybe later on this week, but that's what needs to happen.
Living in a $5,000 a month apartment. And she made a new friend, a well-heeled widower with whom she often dined.
I just said yesterday that that somebody said that, you know, Trump called Africa a shit country. And I said, well, They are the ones that sold us. Jessica Jackson, I think Miss Jessica is fine. Hopefully I'll see her tomorrow down at City Hall.
And a judge ordered her to pay them $10 million. But Gary's family and friends wondered, would they ever see Pam return to the United States to face charges? Because by then,
I'm starting to think some of these commercials is fake too now. Trump pushed the first audit of the Department of Defense in 2017. Yes, and I hope he pushes. There's something called the Operation Grey Lord that they did in 1984 in Cook County. I hope they do it again. It's supposed to be Operation Grey Lord 2.0. Right. Well, the problem is we need legislation when it comes to our housing and property, because that's what I'm going through now. I'm fighting the city because the city of Chicago unlawfully demolished my family's building, and we have yet to be compensated. And while doing this journey, I met Jessica Jackson, and I met other people that are also going through a housing crisis. So people, when they say we need to, get our own land, we need to do our own farming and all that stuff, yeah, that sounds great. But they're stealing black people's property, and they're stealing land, and they're stealing farm. They're stealing farms from all over, stealing farmland from all over. So that's the problem. So, all these stuff here, the government needs to leave us alone first. That's the problem.
authorities, and they started tracking Pam's cell phone. So even though
They want to continue the same cycle that they've always been doing and has been getting away with it. But this time they messed around and found out on Tuesday that now they're gonna have to figure out another way to continue to exploit us, because that's what they do. That's what the Democratic Party was doing. It was exploiting the oppressed.
One-word response.
Lord have mercy, Leon. Ain't no plantation. You on a plantation right now that you want to stay on, the Democratic plantation. The Democratic plantation, y'all don't know what to do. Y'all don't even know what to do.
they argued that Young planted the bomb that killed Gary Triana, and that Pam Phillips paid him to do
Thank you, Doogie. No more just printing money. Look, let me tell you something. I understand the gold thing, but I get it. See, that's another thing. Like, we be going too deep. Like, too deep. Economically, don't disrespect the person behind me, Don.
something on the day of the murder.
Yeah, people that's the problem, and that's why we don't never get anywhere, because it's like when we take 2 or 3 steps, there's always somebody coming with the, nah, man, we need to do this, we need to, and fuck this, and and it's just like, oh my God, we got to get to the one, we got to get a couple of more steps, man.
Conspiracy to commit murder.
The Democratic plantation, let me tell you something. The Democratic mindset is something serious, because these are the same people that when we were freed, they still stayed at the plantations. Then they could have left, but they still, these are their ancestors and relatives. Man, the White Sox was so terrible this year. I don't know what the hell. We got 4 years of steps now. We do. And I think it's going to happen. And my thing is, there are going to be people that's going to try to take you down. There's going to be people that's going to try to discourage you. But those people are people that you simply ignore and block and keep it moving.
And I think that we want her.
I'm not going to lie, I almost voted for Trump, but I just couldn't do it. Trump will get the economy popping, though. Look at Bitcoin. Okay. You stay dedicated to the Democratic plantation. She appreciates you. She appreciates the type of people like you.
Understand more about how her father died and who might have done it. And
Yes, thank God he won. Yeah, you got to keep it friendly and keep it moving. You can't go back and forth with these people. These are undiagnosed. A lot of these people are undiagnosed. They also don't know their privilege. They also don't know their U.S. Constitution or their civil rights laws. And they're negative Nancy's. Negative Nancy's are never going to go anywhere. That's why they're stuck in the same spot. A lot of them vote Democrat.
to commit murder. Veteran Pima County Attorney Rick Unklesbay was assigned to prosecute the case.
She married Gary for his money.
Trump that ninja. Trump did what he had to do. Hamas has called for a ceasefire. They did, but then do you see that the Palestinians are still bothering people all over the place? It's real weird because the Democratic Party they probably still paying them, and they forgot to tell them that it's off now. You don't gotta do all this now.
But it would take years before prosecutors would actually get to try the case.
Here we go, 31st Virginia. All right, you have a good one. It's that manic behavior.
Backer, someone had been watching and listening to her for years, and she believed she had tracking devices placed in her passport and her head. But by late
All right, y'all got any questions before I end this live? No. No.
Gold digger and ultimately ruthless cold-blooded murderer. You're shaking your head.
No.
How do you describe it?
I would describe her as
Oh, they getting up out of here, even if the National Guard has to be involved. So they got until January 20th to leave up on their own. But some people are calling ICE too. So, but if not, it's going to be the only thing I fear in the Chicago area is that the Venezuelans and the Mexicans are going to start to fight. It's going to get real crazy, but they don't got nothing to do with us. So just let them fight. Peace among us all, of course. But we are supposed to have uncomfortable conversations. Okay, that's number one. Number two is, if we don't have uncomfortable conversations, then stuff like this election will get us apart. There's no reason why people should be fighting right now because who they choose when it comes to elections. And this is because these guys never had these conversations. Okay, just a losing. You're very, very obsessed with Grindr. Okay, so of course, LEIGHZOE23@gmail.com. It's in my description. So yes, but peace among us all. That's definitely true, and common sense. Common sense is very important, and that's the problem. And common sense has no color. It has no age. I know some people that are 7, and my niece, she's my great niece. She's like 7. She has more common sense than half of these people that voted for Biden. What was her name? Kamala. It's in my description, but it is $ UTLIFESTYLE. So like uncomfortable truth, but it's just a UT and then lifestyle. That's my Cash App. Thank you very much. Trump will do the same thing he did the first time. I hope they do investigate the 2020 election, because that was some BS. All right, Doogie, be safe. Don't get caught. They were gonna take another thing too. They were gonna take the Democratic Party is trying to take the Second Amendment, and I'm not even like a pro-gun person, but the way America has been, you need a gun out here. These people are crazy. Is that everything? Got like 2 more questions. Then I'm going to get up out of here. I got to get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's my first day back since the election. Yes, I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I hope everybody's happy. You know, the only people that's not happy are the women who are shaving their hair off and saying that they're not going to have sex anymore, whatever they said. So, yeah. Hopefully Miss Jessica will be there. I'm pretty sure. Take care, wig. See you later, Texas Repo. My website, uncomfortabletruithlifestyle.com. Please support. Right, Adam. You're right, Adam. You're absolutely right, Adam. Then they don't have to worry about abortions either, right? Contraceptive. Well, until next time, my guys, I will see y'all later. I'll be back tomorrow because I need to tell y'all about what happened down at City Hall. And I get to see Brandon Johnson tomorrow. Birth control, yep. Yeah, see my man with that terrible mohawk. Trump the best. Yes. Yes, they definitely aren't wife material. Birth control doesn't always work, people. Nah, it doesn't. You're absolutely right. Condoms don't either, but thank you. Yes, please like and subscribe. I appreciate that, because the more people subscribe, the more that I think more people will see what I got to say, because I think that I have some decent content. You know, I'm still working. I'm new to this, you know, but thank you for the ones who do watch. I appreciate that. If y'all haven't seen my Breakfast Club interview, it's on, it's August 1st. It says Zoe Lee. I think it starts with the Unlawful, Chicago Unlawful Migrant Crisis, something like that. But, yes. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Patty. So, yes, I think I'll get better over time. My goal is not to curse. But I may slip up. But I do know I need to stop cursing, because I know a lot of older people do watch my content as well, and I just found that out. So appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta stop cursing. The Democratic Party in Chicago is just messed up. Like, if you don't live in Chicago or Cook County, you don't understand. Like, they are the demon. Like, they are the demon. This is a machine, and we are breaking it oh my God, it's almost broken. It's almost broken. So that is the goal, to break this machine. And sometimes it takes some cursing. I done cursed out Tony Preckwinkle a couple of times, and told Brandon Johnson about himself. The only person I haven't got yet, and I need to, is J.B. Pritzker. J.B. Pritzker. Woo! Spiritual warfare. Yes, it's definitely spiritual warfare. That's why I feel like God had to come in. God definitely took care of us with this election. God had to step in because it was getting bad. It was so many people that were blinded by what was going on. On people that are, do you mean save, Rizzler, or there's another word, take your city back? Yeah, it's gonna come back, yep. Oh, only people that are Sigma wrestlers can see this. All right, Rizzler. Sigma Rizzlers. All right, whatever that means. I prayed every night, people. Good, Adam. Good. I left 8 years ago, and it was the best move I ever made. Woo! That's Generation Z. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.